Harem.
Rotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Quit the act.
How rude, speaking to a dying man that way. Look, I can't even move. What? It can't be. But I'm gravely wounded. I can't even stand on my own 2 feet. Watch. It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Welcome, Harem. Do you mind healing me? Thanks, Harem. I appreciate your clerically duties.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Do you need help putting out the No. No. I'll go.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead.
May Abadar keep you safe.
Well, let's join. So our venture started, earlier and much more tragic than we'd expected. The whole team who'd gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls, led by myself. And not at all by that scoundrel Tartusio, no matter what he might have imagined himself. Jamandi Aldori was waiting for us, but to get to her we'd have to march through fire, literally. As we approached the burning building, we drenched ourselves with buckets of water. Before moving through the fire, we thoroughly wet our clothes and hair. After that, covered our noses before we rushed inside. Good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we'd come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. The hot air burned our lungs and our eyes watered from the smoke, but Ciara led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartusio did nothing useful at all. We had made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I'd chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty. But now, amid the smoke and flame, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. "There are 2 more," she shouted as she passed by us. "They're wounded. Help me pull them out." Tartusio grumbled something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Ciara rushed to save the guards from the fire. Saving the poor fellows was harder than it had seemed. We inhaled a lot of smoke and burned ourselves more than once before managing to help them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. "Thank you. It's truly noble of you," she said. "Now, let us rush to Lady Aldori's aid." Ensuring the guards we rescued were relatively safe, we made our way to the hall, where the battle was already in full swing. Alright.
The end draws near.
Channel energy. Perfect. Through the door. Ooh, I had missed a potion. 2 potions. Starting to wonder if I'd missed any more. Quite a gathering we've got here. Reinforcements are already on the way. Say your prayers, scum. Go for it, Aldori. Ho!
Time to stretch me muscles.
That's a lot of people on the initiative list. Ah! Let's go right about there. Go for it, Valerie. You'll be fine. These ritual casters, rift channelers. Alright, Tartusio. Time to go to work. Work at the bowman. Can you charge in? You can. Yeah, there we go, Jaethal. Inspire courage. And go ahead and take a step forward. I'll web the back line. Did they? Almost all of them made their saves. That's just a little, extraordinary, you might say. And a bless for the rest of the party. Protection from good.
This can't be over.
That one's still alive. Good work, Jamandi. I think she's healed up. Well, maybe not. Slightly helpful. Cassie, can you hit something, please? They summoned a manticore. Okay.
Serves you right.
Of course you would miss by one.
I'll split you in half.
There we go. Go ahead and move forward.
Yeah.
Repent.
Take a swing, Harem. So she's feared. Okay, goodbye, Valerie. That's a Hydra. They're summoning quite the arsenal, aren't they? Oh. Almost perfect. Screen? Brilliant. That dazes him, doesn't it? It does. Potion? Potion. Beautiful.
Your life ebbs low.
Of course he would miss. Make your run back then. Oh. You're just a... Okay. Beautiful. Wonderful. Just fantastic. There we go. That's what we needed. Hey, thanks, Cassie. Good to work, Javandi.
You deserved it.
Ah. It's unfortunate. There we go. Slowly taking down the mirror images. She's still feared. No, she's not feared anymore. Beautiful, Javandi. Holding your own still. Yeah, what's the deal with Amiri? She just ignoring this fight? Oh no, she just showed up.
Leave this one to me.
Nothing from Cassie.
Any last wishes?
Still nothing.
What
you-
a waste.
Nope. Come on now.
Let us strike as
You
one.
can do this. What was that? There's a wind elemental there that I don't see. Thank you, Amiri.
Just die already.
This is where I step in.
Amiri will be fine.
Become as dust.
Perfect. We'll make it through this combat. Rest assured.
Time to get my hands dirty again.
Eventually.
Repent.
Alright.
Do not falter.
Please. Valerie.
Out of my way!
It's about the only time that anything's gone
Serves
really
you
quite well
right.
throughout this entire fight.
Out of my way!
Onwards!
Come on, Amiri. Nothing.
Leave this to me.
You guys.
You deserved it.
Ah, yes, a critical hit for 4.
I don't like you!
Oh, I didn't realize that Harem got downed.
You're stunned already.
Okay. Please.
Last wishes.
Stay behind me!
Ah, finally. Ah, yes, the Hydra. But of course. How much AC does she have? 32. Jesus. Thank you, Amiri.
Not there.
Good God. To say that took forever would be an understatement. There's nothing even worth. Oh.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice.
We'll see.
Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Alright.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
He's trying to set
Yes.
me up.
Such a gambit would be typical of Iroveti and his henchmen. And yet, it still seems suspicious. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
Kirsty.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes.
Thanks,
True
Amiri.
warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand, he's got the eyes of a spy and the mug of a spy.
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it. And not just that. Upon finding the guards' salaries in the armory, he immediately pocketed it all.
So what if we did? Guards weren't able to handle their responsibilities, so we decided to teach them a lesson.
I see you don't scare easily. You'll do well in the Stolen Lands. But I'm going to have to ask you to return the money.
Of course, theft is not to be condoned. But when the fire burns around you, and you are but one step away from death, would it not be insane to worry about laws and rules? I see this not as a crime, but as a unique wisdom visiting us as we stood at the face of oblivion.
True enough, Harem.
There is a difference between initiative taken in battle and blatant arrogation. How can someone who disregards authorities be a leader himself?
Oh, don't dismiss me so quickly, Valerie.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here? He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. He was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
I wouldn't have saved them without good reason. Dead soldiers are useless, but the wounded could still help Gaston defend the
You're
mansion.
talking about living people, not pawns on a game board.
It was perfectly reasonable. Just the way a leader should think.
How could
That's
you
right.
say such a monstrous thing? Is that the way the hero of my book would talk? You sound more like a villain.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the Stolen Lands.
Alright.
Lady Aldori, most of those who were to set off for the Stolen Lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If Tartuccio allows, I would join his team. Forgive me, but I don't appreciate your willfulness.
And I like our leader. What wisdom lies in minding
Thank you,
orders,
Harem.
laws, and rules in the face of oblivion, knowing not whether you'll be alive tomorrow? I will go with his team.
I like how our leader does things. Efficient, and without unnecessary spiritual agonizing. I'll go with him.
Thank you.
Efficient? I'd say heartless. Would the protagonist of my book do such a thing? No. I guess I'd better go with Tartuccio.
As for me,
Alright.
I know neither of these 2. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the Stolen Lands, but not yet.
I don't
All
even
right,
need
Cassie.
to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
Atta girl, Miri.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the Stolen Lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post.
Okay.
He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies.
Alright.
I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution. While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and
Okay.
learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless.
Okay.
And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Thank you, Jamandi. Jaethel is an elf from Kionun, one who is not quite alive. The elves exiled her from their kingdom for her terrible deeds.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, stolen lands. Heroes are on the way.
And with that, we'll be calling it for this one. We'll go ahead and make a proper save. And take care, my dear companions. I'll see you next time.